Hello and welcome back to X Modern Business Card Help video. In this video we'll see how to edit text and colors in Adobe InDesign. So let's open up the file. We can go to the InDesign folder and open the file directly from there, or you can just drag your file directly into the InDesign work area. Now once we have our file open, let's go to the layers and see what we have from this information. First two layer groups, you can see it's print info and the info box, and in the print info you can see the area where you can place your text safely, where is the cut line, where is the bleed, and you have the explanation of these colors and what they mean here in the info box. Also you have some basic information about the business card itself and the technical information about it. These two layers you don't need to send to your printer. You can either delete them, or if you're exporting and printing from PDF, just make sure the print layer is checked off, lock layer is on, and now you don't have to worry about these two layers. Now, before we start editing the colors, let's just talk a little bit about the QR code. Now, if you watched the intro video, or you have watched the previous video editing the file in Adobe Illustrator, you have seen how I created my QR code Photoshop file. So all I have to do is, this is the simplest way to change this file with the file I've created. Just click on it. If you zoom in, you can see once you hover it, this little circle shows up. Click on it, press Ctrl D on your keyboard, and just find this file, and now just place my own QR code, my QR red, and voila, I have my QR code exchanged. This is not just about changing the color, this is basically about adding your own QR code with the information that you want to present to your clients. Now, let's begin with the color. To edit the colors, we can, of course, either individually select the elements, double click on the fill color, change the colors, either through this color space view, or we can just type in our own values and change the color in that way. Okay? Or we can just use the colors from the Swatches panel. If you don't see Swatches panel, go to Window, Color Swatches, or use the F5 keyboard shortcut. Colors here in the Swatches are something we call global colors. So I highly recommend using these colors and adding these colors, so you don't have to go through editing all, because the majority of this design is based on gradients, different angles, different sizes, different shapes. So it might take a little bit more time to change each and every one of these elements individually. And if you use Swatches panel, you're just going to have to change 3 colors. So let's start with this blue. Double click on it, make sure the preview button is checked. I'm going to change it into red, and we can immediately see that it not only changes the red color, the solid fill colors, but also the gradients. Wherever you have that red in the gradient, is changing it immediately. So let me repeat this with the second one, and finally with the last. We have 3 shades of color we're utilizing, and voila, we have our design completely changed. It changed the colors of the design, it changed the font, and of course we can do the same thing for grade gradient and play with them, but there is no need for it at this moment. Okay? Now, before we start with editing the text, let me just mention that if you just select the text frame, and then try to change the color. Let's say we want to make it red. As you can see, it's not going to change the color of the text, it's just going to change the color of the frame. In order to make the text active, just go back. In order to make the text active, once you select the text frame, go here to this little T right beneath the fill and stroke on the tools panel, press that, and now the text is active. So now that you try to change the text, voila, it changes the color. Okay. Before we continue, I just want to mention for all of you who are familiar with working with paragraph styles, I have set up the paragraph styles for this business card, so you can make your text actually font edits through the paragraph style. If you're not familiar with paragraph and character styles, I strongly recommend watching some of the videos. It's going to save you a tremendous amount of time utilizing these styles. Okay, now before we start, let's make sure we have the character panel open. If you don't see the character panel, let's go to Window, type in Tables, Character, and here in the character panel you can edit the properties of the font itself. So you can see here you can change the font family, font style, size, etc. This is for font editing. Now when it comes to editing the text itself, all you have to do is double click on the text frame or simply select T on your keyboard and it will activate the type tool. Select text and then type in your own text. Okay, and that's it. That's how you edit the text and add your own values to it. Of course, this has two pages. We have the front and the back side, and we can do the similar edits to the back side too. That was it for this video. In the next one, we'll see how to edit template in Adobe Photoshop. See you. Bye.